Hazel, check WhatsApp and reply right now. Mom, what's up? It's rare for you to contact me so suddenly. Did something happen? Are you really ignoring what I told you? You still haven't done what I asked last week. Why are you always like this? What you asked last week? Mom, you've been asking for a lot of things lately, so I'm not sure which one you're talking about. The reservation at the fancy restaurant. The lunch reservation with my friends. You still haven't made it, right? Oh, that. Sorry, Mom. I've been really busy with work lately and couldn't find the time. Don't make excuses about being busy. You have no sense of gratitude towards your parents at all. Not being able to do even that is really pathetic. Gratitude? Mom, I'm trying to live my own life. You might not understand, but I'm walking my own path. I have no interest in your self-satisfaction. Doing what I ask is your duty as a daughter, isn't it? Isn't it natural to listen to your parents? Duty? That's just your one-sided opinion. I'm trying to be independent in my own way, and I want you to acknowledge that. Are you trying to use the word independence as an excuse? In the end, you can't do anything without relying on me. Why are you so selfish? No, Mom. I can live on my own. I'm not living just to meet your demands. How dare you talk to me like that, you ungrateful child? I wish I never had a daughter like you. Do you know how much I've suffered because of you? Mom, that's a really terrible thing to say. Why can't you understand me at all? I just want you to acknowledge me too. Acknowledge you? That will never happen unless you meet my expectations. As long as you're useless, you're just embarrassing me. Mom, I'm not your tool. I'm here to live my own life, not to fulfill your expectations. You're really selfish. Thinking only about yourself is disgraceful as a parent. That's just your one-sided view. I'm just valuing my own life. I want you to understand that. Enough! This conversation is pointless. Hey, I heard something unbelievable. I just can't wrap my head around it. Mom, what's going on? I'm a bit worried that you're the only one benefiting from this. What? Is it true that you have a fiancé who's a lawyer? And that you're living with him in a luxury condo? I thought this was a rare contact from you, but you suddenly dropped this? Just answer me. Yeah, I have a fiancé who's a lawyer. We live in a luxury condo. I don't accept this. Why do I need your permission? My life is mine, and there's no reason for you to interfere. I have the right to act on my own will. I told you this before, right? What a cheeky thing to say. Sure, you're my birth mother, but since your divorce when I was 18, I was taken in by Dad, and we've only seen each other a few times since then. Yet recently, you've been sending these weird WhatsApp messages. Huh? How dare you speak to your mother like that? I keep these WhatsApp messages on my phone because my worried grandmother asked me to. I barely have any real contact with you, and that's because you've never done anything for me. Besides, I'm now adopted by Dad's new wife. I have a new family now. I've forgotten about you and I'm enjoying my new life. If I need to ask for permission to get married, it should be from Dad and his new wife, not you. I don't need your permission at all. That's not what I'm talking about. You can marry such a wealthy guy, but your much prettier sister Nora doesn't even have a partner. That's so unfair. Have you ever thought about Nora? Do you have any idea how much she's struggling? Here we go again. Mom, it's always about Nora, and about Nora not having a partner. That's not true. She's been dating Andrew since high school. He really cares about Nora and she loves him too. Such a poor man is out of the question. Nora deserves better man. He has no future prospects and can't make Nora happy. What? Poor man? Andrew is important to Nora. It's wrong for you to say that. You haven't seen how hard he's working. Nora deserves someone like your fiancé. A lawyer or a doctor. Someone who can provide a good life. That's why I made them break up. You did that without any right. If you wish for Nora's happiness, you should let her be with the person she chose. Destroying someone's happiness with your selfish decisions is unforgivable. It's not selfish. It's a mother's heart wishing for Nora's happiness. You understand, right? So give up your fiancé to Nora. You just need to endure it. This is ridiculous. I can't give up my fiancé. My happiness is important too. Well, bye. There's no point in talking further. Your thoughts won't change, and neither will my resolve. Hazel! Wait, Hazel! I won't allow you to selfishly chase after a wealthy marriage all by yourself. Hey sis, can I talk to you? Nora, what's up? Well, I wanted to apologize to you. For what? I heard that Mom's been saying a lot of strange things to you recently. Have you heard everything? She's really been saying some outrageous stuff, and it's troubling. I have no intention of stealing your fiancé, and I haven't broken up with Andrew at all. So please, don't believe anything Mom says. Really, don't take her words at face value, and you don't have to listen to her at all. I understand. Thanks for letting me know, Nora. I'm used to Mom's stories by now, so it's okay. But she's really a troublesome person, isn't she? But what should I do? I honestly don't know what to do with her saying things like that. What's going on? Can you tell me what she's been saying? Maybe we can come up with a solution. Actually, the reason Mom started saying all that is because of Grandma. What? Everything Mom is saying seems to come from what Grandma told her. Wait, Grandma's the source of the information leak? That's unexpected. I can't believe Grandma would do something like that. According to the staff at her facility, she started to get a bit forgetful lately. And it seems like she's been confusing our partners. Mom must have picked up on that and figured out your fiancé's details from those mixed up stories. Then, she made up her own version of the story. Oh, I see. In that case, it's understandable that Mom is confused, but it's still troubling that she's spreading those stories. Now it feels like it's only a matter of time before everyone finds out that I haven't broken up with Andrew. It's making me uneasy. Have you talked to Andrew about this? He should probably know. Explaining things to him might give you some peace of mind. Yeah, I'll talk to him now. I just found out about the exchange between you and Mom a little while ago. I wanted to make sure you didn't misunderstand anything first. I was worried you might have believed Mom's story and were upset with me. I get it. Maybe we should all meet up, including Mom. We should have a discussion. Talking it out together is the best way to clear up any misunderstandings. What? Meeting up with everyone? Including Mom? Are you sure that's a good idea? Mom, being like she is, will probably stay hysterical until things go her way. That's why I think we should have a proper discussion once. Nora, the reason you still can't leave home is because of Mom's over-involvement, right? To solve that, we need to talk it out. Yeah, it's really stressful having Mom be so overbearing. Because of her constant interference, I can't move freely. Just looking at rental properties out of curiosity made her think, I've taken such good care of you, and now you're leaving before showing any gratitude? With that, she yelled at me all night. She's still the same. Mom really hasn't changed in that way. I wish we could have taken you with us during the divorce to protect you from Mom's over-involvement. Don't worry about that. I think it was inevitable. If I hadn't stayed, Mom's hysterics would have caused trouble for many others. Yeah, but sometimes I still wish we could have taken you with us. Anyway, let's meet once and come up with a plan. Staying like this will only add to our stress, and we need to find a solution. First, Nora, tell Andrew about this. He'll help us think it through. Got it. I'll talk to him right away. A rich lawyer is too good for you, so give him to your sister. It's outrageous for a parasite like you to be living with a wealthy man. A parasite like you should get out. Parasite? Of course, I'm talking about you. You always talk as if it's someone else's problem. When you were at home, you never contributed financially and were completely useless. Did you ever do anything to show gratitude while you were living here? If you had helped with the household finances even a little, we wouldn't have had such a hard time. Expecting that from me when I was a high school student is ridiculous. I was still a minor, busy with studies and extracurricular activities. I had no room to meet your expectations. You could have at least gotten a part-time job. High school students do that. All the other kids around did it. Why do you expect to be treated special? Breaking school rules by working part-time and risking suspension or expulsion? That would ruin my future. You don't care about my future at all, do you? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you should have made an effort to help with the household finances. Can't you understand what I'm saying? Then this conversation is over. I've followed my own path and now I'm working properly. I don't care what you say anymore. And I am working. No matter what you say, I'm determined to live independently. Trust me more. Huh? I can't believe that. You really working? I don't know why you think I'm not working, but I have a job. In fact, it's unusual not to be working at my age. I'm living on my own, without relying on anyone. Because about 3 years after the divorce, when I asked you to send money for Nora's college expenses, you said you couldn't because you weren't working. Listen, Mom. I was a college student at that time. I was still a student, barely able to cover my own tuition and living expenses. What? I always told you to start working after high school. There was no need for you to go to college. Dad told me to go. He thought about my future and said going to college was important. So I went. You might not understand, but that's why I went to college. Now I'm working at a company that offered me a job while I was still in school. I'm building my career, so stop complaining to me. And by the way, Nora's support came from Dad, didn't it? Expecting me to pay for her tuition was unreasonable, don't you think? Well, that's... Anyway, all right, I get it. I'll move out. I'll move out by the end of the month, just as you wished. So don't interfere with me anymore. Oh, you finally get it. You finally understand what I've been saying. Get lost. There have been a lot of things going on. I'm moving out by the end of the month, regardless of what you said. So you'll get what you want. That's right. That's the way. It seems like you're finally starting to understand. And don't forget to break off your engagement. Now Nora can have the best happiness ever. Nora, do you have a moment? Mom just sent me a WhatsApp message. What? Really? What did she say? I was about to text her, so the timing surprised me. I managed to steer the conversation towards moving out of the luxury condo by the end of the month, so I wanted to let you know. Got it. That's great, Hazel. So is Mom okay with that? Andrew's request for a transfer to the head office was also approved, so we can move quickly. We're ready. That's great. Let's proceed as planned. We should move before Mom starts saying anything else. Understood. Now we can finally settle down a bit. Thank you so much, Hazel. I really appreciate it. Hazel, what's going on? You haven't contacted me at all. What? What do you mean, what? You're really useless. Did you handle all the procedures properly? It's the end of the month, so you must have moved out of the luxury condo, right? Yes, I've already moved out. Why? I wanted to check what was happening since you didn't inform me. If you've moved out, you should report it immediately. Why? This has nothing to do with you. What are you talking about? I have a lot of things to handle, like canceling the current house contract. Oh, really? Anyway, you've moved out? Yes, I have. Good. Now Nora and I can become the new residents of the luxury condo. Nora, listen up. What's up, Hazel? Mom just sent me a WhatsApp message. She was really furious. Oh, again? She always texts at the worst times, doesn't she? By the way, something caught my attention. What? It seems like Mom is planning to move into the luxury condo too. I can't believe what she's thinking. It's unbelievable. Is she planning to live with you? Is she trying to interfere with our lives? We absolutely need to avoid that. Oh, that? Don't worry. I've already taken measures against it. No matter what Mom is planning, our lives are protected. Measures? What kind of measures? Mom and my stuff are being moved on separate trucks to separate locations, so there's no worry about her moving in with us. We'll be completely separate, so don't worry. Oh, I see. That's a relief. Just thinking about living with Mom gives me a headache. This really puts my mind at ease. How about you, Hazel? Is the moving preparation going well? I'm at the airport right now. I'm getting ready to board the plane. I'm a bit nervous but also excited. So everything is going as planned. I pray for your safe arrival. I hope your new life goes well. Please contact me once you get there. I want you to let me know if anything happens. Yes, of course. I'll contact you as soon as I arrive. We need to keep each other updated. Nora, good luck with getting out of the house and away from Mom. It'll be tough, but I know you can do it. I'll always be cheering you on. Yes, I'll do my best. Let's both do our best. Hazel, is this your doing? Explain yourself right now. What's going on? What? The luxury condo. The 42nd floor condo where your lawyer fiancé was supposed to live. What's going on with that? I tried to get in, but someone completely different is living there. I rang the intercom to get in, and a stranger answered. Oh, that person? I think that's my fiancé's sister. What? Sister? What's going on? Explain right now. The 42nd floor condo is in his sister's name, but she was away for work for about a year. My fiancé and I were staying there while she was gone. She returned recently, so we moved out. What? I wasn't informed about any of this. Nora's truck hasn't arrived yet. The lawyer isn't at the condo, and I have no idea what's going on. Didn't you break up with the lawyer? This is completely beyond me. I said I was moving out of the condo, but I never said anything about breaking up. What? How dare you toy with Nora's feelings like this? What are you talking about? Besides, Nora moved out to live with Andrew, right? What? Andrew? I don't know anything about that. The truck with Nora's belongings should be heading there. She said they submitted the marriage registration yesterday. That poor guy? He's still clinging to Nora? That's unacceptable. Seriously? On what basis are you calling Andrew poor? He's from a single-parent household, right? People like that aren't respectable. His mom runs a high-end restaurant and they're quite well off. You should at least know that much. What? His older brother is taking over the business, and Andrew isn't involved in the management. But he works for a major company and is on the fast track to success as a young elite employee. What? Really? I've never heard any of that. I can't believe I didn't know anything. If that's the kind of person he is, you shouldn't have any complaints. Well, yeah, I suppose. Then tell me where they moved. I don't know yet. What? That's a problem. I'll feel anxious not knowing where they are. Their move-in date for the rented place is a bit later, so they're storing their stuff in a storage unit and staying in a hotel for now. Then tell me the name of the hotel. I don't know. What? You're completely useless. Hey, can I go now? It's the middle of the night here. I'm sleepy. What? Middle of the night? What are you talking about? What do you mean? My new place is overseas. Overseas? What do you mean? My fiancé wants to get his international law qualification and work overseas. And I also had a dream of working abroad. So we both worked hard to achieve our dreams. And now we live overseas. What? This is the first I've heard of it. You should have told me sooner. We plan to get married once we settle down here. So now that I've given you an update, can I go now? Wait a minute. Nora, your favorite, got married first, so you shouldn't have any complaints. Goodbye. Hazel! Hey! What am I supposed to do? I canceled the lease on the house that was in Nora's name, and I quit my part-time job to prepare for the move. Now I have no place to go. Do something. After our relationship with Mom was severed, she found herself without a place to live or anyone to rely on. The lease on the house in Nora's name was canceled, and she had quit her part-time job in preparation for the move, leaving her with nowhere to go. Eventually, she went to live with some distant relatives, but they reluctantly took her in, knowing her personality. At their home, she was asked to help with housework. But for someone who had always looked down on others, this lifestyle was unbearable. Constantly complaining and causing trouble for those around her, Mom eventually ended up in a facility. There, she had to follow a schedule decided by others and live with other people, something she wasn't used to. Meanwhile, my family and I are living a happy life. My husband and I are working in a new place, enjoying our days to the fullest, and our bond with his family has grown stronger. We are supporting each other and growing together. Nora is also living happily. Cassandra, I hope you're not depressed. Are you doing well? I'm fine. Fortunately, I'm busy with my training as a doctor, so I don't have time to be depressed. You don't have to act tough in front of me. We're childhood friends. I'm worried that you might still be thinking about your ex-fiancé. How can you say that when you're the reason we broke up? I'm quite sure that you don't care about my feelings at all. Don't talk to me like that. I'm really worried about you, Cassandra. I'm really surprised at how bold you can be after you stole him away from me. You're being rude to me, you know. It's just that the man of my dream happens to be your ex-fiancé. It can't be helped. Normally, when you notice that the person is your childhood friend's boyfriend, you give up on him. But in your case, you didn't. Maybe it's because you still haven't found your true love yet. When you meet someone you really love, you can't think of anyone else. I see. You don't understand. I feel bad too, you know. That's why I decided to contact you. You should know that your childhood friend cares about you. Really? I think you just want to show off. Goodness gracious, Cassandra! Stop being rude to me! That's why you were dumped! This isn't the first time you stole the person I love. You've been going out with the guys I like ever since we were in middle school. I can't trust you anymore. It's very strange, but I guess both of us have a similar taste. Anyway, maybe it's also because I'm quite popular among guys. You seem very confident about yourself. I should have ended our friendship, but I can't do that since my parents live near yours. Honestly, you're so annoying. What a rude thing to say! We've known each other since we were little. I think of you as one of my family members. Family members don't steal from me. I've never considered you as my family. I've been through a lot. You're just jealous because I'm prettier than you. It can't be helped. You're smart, but you're overweight. Your appearance isn't good enough, and you're also stubborn. Yeah, whatever. I'm well aware that you're cute. Can we end our talk here? I'm busy. Because of your poor personality and appearance, you are unattractive to men. You're overweight, so be careful with your behavior. I feel sorry for you that you don't realize it. I have no intention of trying to be popular. I just don't want to be disturbed. And when you stole my ex from me, I was so shocked that I lost 15 pounds. Do you have any idea how bad I was hurt? Really? I don't remember that I hurt you, but I'm glad you've lost some weight. You hypocrite. I didn't even introduce him to you, but you got to know him on your own. Well, when I heard that my fat childhood friend was living with someone, I was curious about what kind of person he was. It's natural that I want to know about that person, isn't it? Unfortunately, although he's a sweet guy, he doesn't seem to have much of a future at all. You dumped him after 2 months of dating. I can't believe it. When I started going out with him, I found out that he wasn't the guy I expected him to be. You don't have to force yourself to go out with someone like that, do you? He was someone who was going to end up being a regular employee who won't get promoted. It turned out to be a good thing for you too. Well, he's just the kind of guy who gets wooed and cheated by girls like you. I feel sorry for him. But I've been trying to keep my feelings positive at that time. You've got a harsh way of saying things. I don't like it at all. Because every time you stole my boyfriend from me, it didn't last long. No matter how I think about it, it's not a coincidence. I think this time you just want to report that you broke up with your boyfriend. You're so rude. Of course not. He's from the same medical school as you, right? That's because we met each other at school. What's wrong with that? He's gonna be a doctor. He's also tall and good-looking. He's perfect, isn't he? I know because he's my ex-fiancé, in case you're wondering. I just want you to know that I'm grateful to have a childhood friend like you. Since you are smart but overweight, I managed to be together with a guy I like. He was my fiancé, and you just stole him from me. Are you stupid? Stop making fun of me. You're still dragging it out after all. He was the one who made the first approach. He's still crazy about me. I had no choice. I don't care what you say. What the heck do you want from me? Oh, I'm sorry. That was insensitive. I was being cheeky. But I'm worried about you. It's not the first time you've done that, so don't worry about me. But you know, he also told me that he fell in love with me. I confided in him after much deliberation, so please don't hold it against him. He's always been worried about you. Really? He broke up with me rather casually. I don't care anymore. He may look like that, but deep down he was hurt too. He's very sensitive. I don't think so. Objectively, I'm the one who's hurt the most. Of course you're right, but I want you to accept me and my boyfriend. I want you to give us your blessing. You don't need my blessing. When I said that we were engaged, it was just a verbal promise. That's great. Thank you. I'm sure he's the one this time. I'm so glad that you're overweight. Suit yourself. Anyway, we're getting married. Oh, I see. Congratulations. You're so heartless. You still don't get it, do you? That's why I was asking for your blessing. What kind of nerve do you have? You stole him from me and now you want my blessing? Because, after all, I need to do that in order to be happy. That's crazy. Why are you treating me like I'm an obstacle? If you don't give us your blessing from the bottom of your heart, we'll feel uncomfortable. I can't believe how selfish you are. You've been stealing my boyfriend for so long, and I know that you'll keep doing that from now on. That's not true, because I really love my current boyfriend. That's why we're getting married. So do you mean that you didn't love those guys you dated in the past? It's not like that. Anyway, I want you to be at our wedding. Why should I go? I'm not going. What are you talking about? We're childhood friends, so I'm going to invite you to the wedding. Well, you're free to invite me, but it's my decision whether I'll go or not. Definitely come. The wedding will be in that famous theme park, my dream place. I want you to see me in all my glory. You've been saying that for a long time, so it really was your dream place. I'm so happy for you. That's right. It's limited to 1 couple a day. I'm not interested at all. It's every girl's dream, isn't it? We're getting married inside a castle. It's like being a princess. No matter how fat you are, you've always wanted to be a princess, right? You don't even have to tell me what kind of ceremony it's going to be. I have nothing to do with it. There will be a live band and we'll meet the famous characters at the reception. It's going to be a lot of money, but since my boyfriend's parents are both doctors, they can afford that. It's all so nice. Did your boyfriend agree to pay for that wedding? It didn't seem like he wanted to do that kind of thing. We just got engaged, so we're going to talk about it. My boyfriend loves me, so I'm sure he'll do whatever I want. He's a very sweet guy. Oh, I see. Well, you can do whatever you want. Of course! Besides, we'll have to find a new place to live after the marriage celebration. We're planning to live in a high-rise in Los Angeles. Isn't that great? High-rise, huh? That's impossible, isn't it? No, it's not impossible. I have to find a place that suits me, so I'm very busy. I want to go to a hair salon that celebrities go to, so location is important. Do you have to go that far? You're just a regular office worker, right? My husband-to-be is a doctor, so I'm going to quit my job. As a doctor's wife, I should behave gracefully and beautifully. Your husband-to-be is not a doctor yet. His parents run a hospital, so I don't have to worry about money. Besides, he'll finish his training in a little while. I have to enjoy my once-in-a-lifetime wedding as much as I can. Well, it's only for a year or so, but is he okay with that too? He wants me to be a stay-at-home wife, so there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, I'm so happy. I feel sorry for you somehow. Oh, well, that's great. I've got to take care of the marriage registration too, so things are a bit of a whirlwind. There's so much to do, but I wanted you to be the first person I reported my marriage to. I've heard more than I should have, so don't worry. Anyway, I'm inviting you to the wedding, so you must come. You are my childhood friend. Well, you can do what you want. I'm working the night shift, so stop bothering me. I'll share my happiness with you. My childhood friend always looks down on me since I was overweight. Whenever I started dating someone, she always stole that person away from me. This time, she decided to marry her boyfriend because of his wealth and appearance. To be honest, I have been plundered many times, so I knew this would happen. That's why I just let her do what she wants to do. Cassandra, I have something I want to talk to you about on the phone. Will you listen to me? I'm tired after a night shift, so I can't. My boyfriend is terrible. He's talking about having the wedding celebration in his hometown. I've always dreamed of having it in that famous theme park. Well, I guess that's just how he is. Somehow, I can understand how he feels. You should convince him for me. You know exactly what kind of person your ex-fiancé is, right? You're so misguided. I'm not going to convince him. Why should I do that? You've known him longer than me. Why can't you at least do that for the sake of your childhood friend? I don't want to do that. He's your husband-to-be. Convince him yourself. I've only known him for 6 months, so I don't really know him that well. Besides, I heard that his parents live in a rural area. I thought it would be more natural for you to convince him. What do you mean by that? You didn't know about that until now? He came to Los Angeles just for college. You didn't tell me about that either. He's talking with his parents about having the wedding over there. Yeah, that's exactly what his mother would do. Did you know about his parents? He asked me to come to his hometown once to greet them. His mother is quite a scary person, so good luck with that. That's terrible! Why didn't you tell me something so important? I didn't hear a single word about that. I didn't have to tell you anything about that. After all, he was my fiancé at that time. It was none of your business. Also, his parents' hospital is just a very small clinic. Yes, it was. In the countryside, there's a demand for elderly people. So it's a very important facility for the community. He said he's going back to his parents' house after he finished his training. Yeah, I know that. Why didn't you tell me then? Huh? You told me that he loves you so much that he'll grant whatever you wish for, right? Why don't you just ask him honestly? That's what I was supposed to do, but his mother has already taken care of everything. She's also restricting the number of my guests. It's unthinkable nowadays that a wife's position is so weak in his family. Terrible, isn't it? They say it's out of the question to have the wedding at the theme park. They don't even allow me wearing sexy wedding dresses, so we have to pick the right dress together. This isn't going to be my dream wedding. Then why don't you just ask your boyfriend for help? I'm sure he'll do something about it. I'm already doing it. I decided to call you because I'm in trouble. Why are you asking me for help? You were the one who took him away from me after all. Because you know him better than me. The only person I can talk to is you, Cassandra. I know that you don't have other female friends. That's not surprising. But that doesn't mean I can help you to get out of your sticky situation. You may be overweight, but you're smart. So I want you to think about a good solution. Don't be so selfish. Don't you remember that you stole him away from me? It's an emergency right now, so let's forget about the past. I can't do it. He's a mama's boy and there's nothing I can do about it. I think you should give up. No way! I didn't know that he's a mama's boy. You met his mother and you still don't realize what kind of person she is? In my case, I don't have enough confidence to deal with that kind of person. I don't like the way you say that. Don't talk as if you were the one who dumped your ex. When we were dating, there were some things I didn't like about him. The marriage proposal came at a time when I thought that my marriage with him was out of the question. It was a good timing to end our relationship. I'm so pissed off! Why don't you stop lying and just be a sore loser since you are overweight? You're the one who got dumped. I didn't even respond to his marriage proposal, but he took me to his parents' house to greet them. That's too pushy. I'm sure that everyone around me thought of me as his fiancée at that time. What are you talking about? You said that he proposed to you, didn't you? Yeah, well, it's true, but I didn't accept his marriage proposal. You didn't tell me about the meet and greet at his parents' house too. That's because you didn't ask me about that. Anyway, did I do something wrong? Don't tell me that you were the one who set this up. Of course not. Stop talking nonsense. I didn't even make any arrangement for you to start dating my ex. If I had known about his parents, I would never have thought of getting married to him. I want to live in a high-rise in Los Angeles, but he insists on living with me at his parents' house. That's the worst! If you had asked him about it, he would have told you right away. He had already announced that he was going back to his hometown after his training. Well, he dumped me just when I was thinking that I wanted to end our relationship. I honestly thought I was lucky that he looted me. See? I knew that you planned all of this. I can't believe it. You're the worst. I didn't do anything wrong. You were showing off about how happy you are to me the other day. By the way, it's a great thing that you'll get married. I'm not happy with this marriage. I want to have the wedding I've been dreaming of. I want to live in a high-rise, and I want to be much happier than you. Great then. Why don't you just do whatever you want? Good luck in convincing your mother-in-law. He may be a mama's boy, an unreliable guy to you, but to me, he's sweet and kind. I see. Then you didn't need to talk to me in the first place, right? I just talked to you because we've known each other since childhood. I won't ask you for help anymore. You and I handle things differently. By all means, good luck. You know what? I've been thinking about it, but I've decided not to get married. Oh, really? I'm sorry to hear that. He was the wrong man for me. He wouldn't even let me have my dream wedding. Instead of living in the city, he wanted me to come to the countryside. That's impossible. Are you telling me that you couldn't convince him in the end? Don't get me wrong. He's your ex-fiancé, so I decided not to get married to him since I feel bad for you. What? It's none of your business. That's a very poor excuse. You're so smart, Cassandra, but you don't have a good taste for men. I can't believe you were dating that guy. How foolish. Well, you are overweight, so it can't be helped anyway. Frankly speaking, you are the one who doesn't have a good taste for men. Don't think that you've won the competition, okay? After all, you are only second best. Whatever. I don't remember anything about starting a competition with you anyway. You have always annoyed me. You were overweight, but you were smart. That's why I want to take all you have away from you. If you hate me so much, just leave me alone then. A while ago, you were bragging that you'd be much happier than me. Now that you're in med school, I thought I could take advantage of you. But the man you chose was really no good. You have such a bad taste. I'm tired of looting you, so I'll stop. I see. Then don't contact me anymore. Will you leave me alone? You're annoying, you know that? Since I still want you to see my happiest moments, I'll still be your childhood friend. I don't want to be your childhood friend anymore. I won't allow an overweight girl like you to get married before me, so I'll just interrupt you on your way. You're overweight and not pretty enough to get married anyway, So, I'll invite you to my wedding in the near future. For your information, I'm already married. I've already had my wedding celebration held overseas. What? That can't be true! Are you lying to me just because you want to win our competition? I'm not lying. I even have some pictures of my wedding if you want to see. How is that possible? It's been less than a year since I broke off my engagement. Me and my husband had known each other since high school, so we thought it was a good time to start dating. Okay, that's enough. Stop creating your own story. You can ask my mother if you think I'm lying. You're overweight and dull. There's no way you could get married that fast. When my husband told me that he'd always love me, I knew he was the right person. We get along great, talk about everything, so it's just natural for us to be together. It was destined to happen. I'm sure about that. Huh? Are you trying to brag about your happiness? You're grossing me out. I mean, I wasn't invited to the wedding. I wouldn't invite you because I don't even consider you a friend of mine anymore. I got it. You're afraid that I'm going to take away your husband. Oh, don't worry about that. He hates you anyway. What? Have we ever met before? All along, I've been consulting with him for years, so he knows what kind of woman you are. He must be a dull guy anyway to fall in love with an overweight woman like you. You have bad taste in men. He's a doctor too, in case you were wondering. He said he wanted to be a doctor because I inspired him. It's wonderful that we can live with the same aspirations, isn't it? You mean both of you are doctors and you had your wedding celebration held overseas? Yes, in Maldives. Maldives? I wasn't invited. You're my childhood friend. You should have invited me. It was held at a luxurious hotel, so I only invited my family. Are you bragging about how rich you are? To be honest, I don't think I'll have any trouble with money from now on. I'll be able to have a secure family life. Do you think you can rule the world just because you and your husband are doctors? I'm not saying that I'm great or anything, but I just studied hard and pursued my dream of becoming a pediatrician. It's amazing how much energy it takes to make a dream come true. There's no way that you will get married first and be happy. I'm prettier than you. I have a nicer body and better taste in men. You know what? Why don't you stop following me around and take a look at yourself? You may have a pretty face, but that's just for now. As a human being, I think you need to work on your inner personality. What? Are you trying to lecture me? No, I have no intention of that at all. Oh, I'm already in a new house with full security, so please don't come to my house. I'm just tired of hearing you bragging about living in a nice house. My husband says that he'll sue you if you keep annoying me. You're threatening to sue me? My husband is more upset with you than I am. Well, I don't think any husband would be happy to have his wife being insulted. My husband confessed his love to me when you stole my ex. I'm very grateful to you now. You mean I was the main reason? That's unbelievable! So I want you to stop bothering me. I hope you'll find someone for your wedding at that theme park. I wish you good luck. Are you trying to cut ties with me, Cassandra? My parents are moving into the same apartment, so you won't see them anymore. By the way, you don't have to invite me to your wedding. Hold it right there! I don't want to cut ties with you. Please introduce a male doctor I can date. Melanie was so ready to get married. She has also announced that she was leaving her job for good. She was too proud to tell the people at her company that she had broken off the engagement, so in the end, she left her job. I heard that she was looking for a job as a receptionist for a major company. She was rejected at every turn and settled for a sales clerk position at a small company. Life doesn't always go your way, does it? She is still single as a result of having too much expectations on her Mr. Right. Since then, I have cut ties with her and blocked her from every communication tool. I'm happily married with my husband, and we're also blessed with a child. Hey, Donnie, what do you want for dinner tonight?
How about pizza? Tomorrow's my day off, so let's have a drink.
Again? We just ate it the other day.
I want to eat it, so no choice. Besides, you're the one who asked me what I wanted to eat.
Oh, I'm sorry, but you'll get mad if I decide on my own, right?
Me? No, I wouldn't. Besides, I chose pizza because of you.
Me? Why? It has high calories and I don't particularly like pizza.
But you look like you can eat pizza as a side dish, right? You eat like a horse.
What do you mean? How rude.
Sorry, that was a mistake. I meant your body is like you're eating pizza as a side dish.
Huh? Isn't that too harsh?
Why? I'm just telling what I see. Is it bad to tell the truth?
Well, I may have gained weight a little. I've noticed too.
A little? Don't make me laugh. Do you understand what you said? Look at yourself in the mirror. It's pretty bad. I can't even look straight at you. I feel sorry for myself.
Well, anyone would look like this if they were eating with you. It can't be helped.
What are you saying? You're blaming me? I haven't changed since we met.
That's just your constitution. There may be people like you who don't gain weight, but most people will gain weight if they eat high-calorie food all the time.
That's just an excuse for fat people. I hear that a lot. My president is also fat, and I cringe at him. It's like, can he even sit in a chair? I feel sorry for the chair. I'm sure it's going to break. If that happens, it's the end of the world.
It's not nice to talk about people like that. It has nothing to do with the body shape. I don't think it's a good idea to talk badly about someone just because of how they look.
It's a fact, so it can't be helped. He won't hear it anyway, so let me say what I want. It's stressful when you're holding it back. I mean, he's guilty to have that body, right? I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just being honest.
That's not true. I don't think it's good to force your sense of values on people. You should be careful about that kind of thing.
Really? I'm just telling the truth. I think it's good to be honest. Besides, fat people are often called pigs. But that's disrespectful to pigs, isn't it?
Huh? What do you mean?
Because pigs have a body fat percentage of around 15%. Pigs are not fat. Don't you have about 30%? It's very disrespectful to pigs.
You'll go that far? That's too much. Even if I want to go on a diet, you say you don't like it if I don't have the same food as you. Can I have different food?
I mean, it would take time and effort to cook separately, and it would cost money too. If that's the case, it's cheaper and better if we eat the same food together, right? I'm saying this with a family budget in mind.
I understand what you're saying, but then could you please stop saying things like that? It hurts me and I don't feel good about it. You're too insensitive.
Well, why don't you just keep your fat and forget the nonsense I'm saying? Don't pay attention to every single thing I say.
Seriously? Will you stop it? I want you to stop talking down to me, please. It makes me depressed.
Shut up! Then don't ask me what I want to eat. I'm just telling you the truth. Anyway, we'll have pizza for dinner tonight and get some beer too.
Okay. I told Donnie to stop, but he would never stop. Being made fun of was tough, but I just put up with it and went on with my life. I never thought this would happen though.
Hey, you've really gained weight.
Are you talking about that again? I told you to stop, didn't I? I'm hurt.
I can't stand it either. It's so hot, but when I go home, it's even hotter. I don't want to go home.
Why do you keep saying that? There's no need to say that much. I don't want to hear it anymore.
You don't want to hear it? Then there's only one thing you can do.
What?
Let's get divorced. I don't want to see a fat wife every day. Isn't it a good idea?
Divorce? What are you saying all of a sudden? Just because I'm fat?
Well, that's the first thing, but I'm actually dating someone. I'm not attracted to you.
Wait a minute. I don't understand. You're cheating on me?
I had no choice. I don't feel comfortable living with an unattractive fat person. A lady has to have nice style, right?
I can't believe it. This is too much. Do you know what you're doing?
I think it's bad for you to be fat and unattractive. You should know how we feel, you know? Well, that's how it is. You'll receive the divorce response soon.
Wait, are we really over? Let's talk about it properly.
You look greasy, and what you say is also greasy and persistent. I don't want to see you fat anymore.
You're always making fun of me. Disgusting. Unbelievable.
Why don't we just get divorced? No one will make fun of you anymore. 2 birds with 1 stone, right?
That's enough. Divorcing is fine, but you have to pay me what you have to.
I know. God, I don't have to look at the ugly thing anymore. I'll pay if I don't have to see you. It's gonna be hard to remarry with a body like that. You should have to work too. Good luck. I feel sorry you're not in shape to move for work. Take care.
It was still hard to be made fun of my body, but I had no idea that he was even cheating on me. I was in shock and stunned for a while. It was quite a tough experience, but I had to be alone to make a fresh start. I used the money Donnie gave me to lose weight by exercising. I was able to recover somehow as I had gained self-confidence in myself.
You look different now. Were you that beautiful?
What is it all of a sudden?
You were at A Mall the other day, right? You've changed a lot that I didn't notice you at first because you lost so much weight. You look great.
Don't text me just because you saw me. You're a stranger to me now. I have nothing to talk to you.
Hey, don't lie to me. You still love me, don't you? You don't have to hide anything from me.
What? Why would I? I didn't want to have anything to do with you ever again. Don't reach me again.
I know that's a lie. You haven't realized it. Your body is expressing everything.
What? What do you mean?
You lost weight because you were frustrated that I divorced you, right? And you wanted me to come back, right? You worked hard to get remarried, didn't you? Be honest. You have a cute side.
Wait a minute. Don't be so smug. It has nothing to do with you. I mean, you remarried that girl from back then, right?
I did.
Then stop texting me and pay attention to your wife. Will you leave me alone now?
But you know what? She was so slim and beautiful when I met her, and now she has changed. I don't want to live with her anymore. Enough of fat people.
Are you still talking about the body shape like that? I mean, it's definitely your fault.
There's nothing wrong with me. But when I call her fat, she gets hysterical and goes wild in the house. That's crazy. Can you believe it?
That's natural. You don't think so?
Of course not. She was always smiling. She never got hysterical.
That's because each of us has our own personality, right? Some are like me who keep things inside and hold back, and others, like your wife, who tell the people what they feel. Either way, it's not right to tell people like that. It's your fault, how you talk.
Really? If you like me, you can forgive me, can't you? I'm just telling the truth. We've been fighting a lot lately. She doesn't even ask me what I want for dinner anymore. I don't want to go home.
Not my business. If you're going to go with your logic, then you should love your wife no matter what she looks, right? Don't you feel sorry for your wife?
No, I can't do that. I just can't accept fat people.
It's all your fault that your wife is the way she is now, isn't it? I can't imagine.
Why? She just doesn't have any self-control. She's too easy on herself.
You force people to eat the same thing you do. I can't believe it. How can you say that? You want to eat junk food and order more than you can eat? But then you ask us to eat the rest of the food because you can't eat them all. It's your fault. Of course, we'll get fat.
Because you're going to waste the food. It's not good to waste food.
Then order the amount of food you can eat. If I try to leave them, you'll get angry and say that I'm wasting the money you earned. You're too selfish. And when I'm fat, you curse me. And if I try to lose weight, you force me to eat. What you're doing is a complete mess. What in the world do you want me to do?
I'm trying to be nice to you. Can't you understand my kindness?
Kindness? Where's the kindness? If that were the case, you could have predicted that my appearance would change. And you should accept me, right? You're just being selfish.
Ugh! My wife yells at me at home, and you too? Stop it! I don't want to hear your harsh words. Laura, you used to be nice to me.
That's because I loved you. That's because we were a couple. We're not a couple now, and I don't have any feelings for you, so there's no need to be nice to you.
That's a lie. You still love me, don't you? That's why you lost weight for me, right?
You really are a happy-go-lucky guy, aren't you? I'm telling you this much, and how conceited are you? I did what I wanted. With the money I got, I went to the gym. I got my diet back on track. I just did it for myself.
Then you did it because of me and for me. You wanted to be with me, right?
Why can you think like that? Is your brain broken? You're too crazy.
I want to get back together with you. She won't divorce me no matter what I say, so I want you to steal me away from her.
What? What are you saying? Don't be stupid. I have no intention.
Then she'll give up and I can get divorced. And more importantly, you'll get to be with me, the man you love. That's what a fair relationship is all about, right?
Your brain is crazy. I have no words.
So that means you agree? I knew this was gonna happen. Then why don't we go out for dinner tonight?
I don't understand why you can think like that. Are you crazy? You're at the level where you should go get checkup. I can't believe it.
Huh? Aren't you happy? You don't have to hide.
I'm not hiding. And how can I be happy? That's absolutely impossible.
Why not? I don't understand.
If you saw me earlier, there was someone next to me, right?
Oh, a quiet-looking guy? What about that?
That man is my husband. You should have guessed.
What? You remarried?
Yes, I did.
Why didn't you tell me? When I'm here, you like me, right?
What are you talking about? I don't like you, and I don't have to tell it to an ex-husband.
I don't want you to. Then divorce that guy. I'll pretend that I didn't know about this.
Huh? You're crazy. I'm not getting divorced.
Why? Otherwise we can't get remarried. You lost weight for me. Is that okay with you?
You're so wrong. I have no intention of remarrying you. I'm very happy right now. And if you keep stalking me, I have a plan. Don't bother me.
What's the matter? I'm not afraid of anything.
Okay, well, can you give me a minute?
Yeah.
I didn't even want to get involved anymore, so I didn't do anything. But when I thought that my current happiness might be destroyed by that man again, the anger I had been holding back was overflowing. In order to protect my happiness, I decided to take some actions to give punishment to that man. Sorry to keep you waiting.
So? You made me wait, so tell me what you were doing. Can we get back together?
You've got to be kidding me. I talked to the president of your company.
What? What did you talk to him about? Why are you talking to my president?
Give me a break. I knew you forgot. You originally joined that company with the help of my father.
Oh, yeah, right. And? What did you have to tell him?
The reason you got into the company is because that president is my relative.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
You're so forgetful when things are inconvenient for you. When you married me, you failed to get a new job, so my father asked my uncle to let you in.
Oh, maybe you're right. Well, that was a long time ago.
I told him before that the reason for the divorce was a personality mismatch. But I told him the truth.
You told him? What should I do? I'll lose my position at the company. Just say you lied a little or something and cover it up. You can do it, can't you, Laura?
Don't be ridiculous. Of course not.
I'm sorry. My bad. I guess I got carried away. I'm so sorry, so please do something about it. Laura, please.
It's too late to apologize. How many people do you think you've hurt?
I don't know what to do.
Did you think this was the end?
What? There's more? What now?
There's no way this is the end. Why did you cheat on me?
Reason for cheating?
Of course you don't know. What did you say to fat people? What did you say about the boss? Something about feeling sorry for the chair or something? You know what I mean?
I just gave you tit for tat. Seriously? Did you tell him? That's not good. Oh my God. It's not just about my position. You put me in danger.
You're perceptive. Well, I've got a message from the boss, so let me share. If you're going to make fun of me for being so fat, you don't want to work for me like this, do you? You don't want to see me every day. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it until now. You don't have to come from Monday. That's all.
He's not a child. This is some kind of joke, right? Please tell me you're lying.
I'm afraid I'm not lying. By the way, he also said he gets to choose the chair he sits in. Right.
You told him that too? I'm totally over. What am I going to do now? I lost my job.
I had nothing to do with this. I can't help you. Take care of yourself. Well then, I've given you his message and I don't want to get involved anymore, so I'm going to block you.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'll apologize again and again. I know what I've said was really stupid. I'm sorry and I'll never say anything like that again. So please, for once, I want you to help me, please. Can you please do something to make things right with the boss? I just want to work.
I told you to stop many times, and did you listen to me? You didn't listen to me at all, did you?
I'm sorry about that too. It's all my fault.
Even if you apologize now, I'm not going to forgive you anymore.
I'm really sorry. I'm not going to be able to live. Please, help me.
I know it's none of my business anymore. Do something about it yourself. You should be grateful that he let you work there after all these years of divorce. It's your fault for showing up in front of me again and trying to take away my happiness. That is absolutely unforgivable. I know it's hard not having a job, even though you have a body that can move, but good luck.
Wait, Laura, this is too much. Laura!
Still, I heard that Donnie came to work on Monday, but his desk was all cleared out and he was fired. No wonder, since he disrespected people so much. Now he's looking for a new job, but it's not easy to find one. So he is living on a day job and working late at night. I hope he will live while reflecting on what he had done. On the other hand, I am able to enjoy my life without any complaints from my current husband. How long are you going to keep depending on your son, Anastasia? Get away from him, old hag. Don't you ever think that you're better than me? Wait a minute. Esther, what's wrong with you? Huh? I was just being nice to you since my husband-to-be was there. Don't get carried away just because you're gonna be my mother-in-law. You're a completely different person. Did I do or say something to offend you? I'm annoyed that you're asking me so many questions. You even asked me to teach you how to use apps? Why don't you just use the internet and search for some sort of user manual? But you were so kind to me earlier. That's because Marco was there. I can't just treat you badly in front of him. I wonder why you don't understand that. But don't you think I'll tell Marco that you're being rude to me? I don't think you have the courage to do that. Besides, if you tell him, you'll be depriving your son's happiness. Am I right? Yes, you're right. What a lousy woman! Why do you think of me that way? I hate your wishy-washy personality. People who are flabby aren't attractive. If you are the person who gave birth to Marco, you should be more brash and beautiful. Why don't you just have the confidence and be magnificent? Are you really Marco's biological mother? Marco is truly the child I gave birth to. Stop insulting me. Anyway, my dream was to go shopping and cooking together with you. But you're so boring, so I can't do those things with you. How dare you crush my dream? I'm sorry about that. You're right. I'm not a great cook, but I can teach you how to cook Marco's favorite food. What? I already know how to cook that, so you don't have to teach me. I know Marco better than you. Yes, you're going to be his wife, aren't you? Why are you so humble after being told all this? Aren't you angry? I don't understand. You are the love of my son's life, so I believe in you, Esther. If so, give me some money. Money? What are you going to do with the money? I want to get more cosmetics, bags and stuff, so that I can be a wonderful wife for Marco. You believe in me, right? Then please buy me some. I don't think collecting cosmetics and bags will make you a great wife. You'd be more beautiful if you improve yourself by studying or something similar to that. Oh my God! Are you a dinosaur or what? We're living in modern era. Anyway, I don't want to be your caregiver in the future. I'm sorry. If you're sorry, can you send me $500 in the form of a gift card right away? Gift card? How should I do that? Jeez! You don't even know how to do that? Jump to this URL and send it to me. I'm not sure, but I'll take a look. Send it to me by the end of the day. I won't forgive you if you don't do that. I'll try. Just stop doing anything unnecessary, will you? Did I do something I shouldn't? I don't remember anything about that. You sent me fish and pumpkin pie again. How many times do I have to tell you that I don't like that? I don't want it anymore, so don't send it to me. You didn't like it? You said it was delicious when you were eating with Marco, so I made it again for you. I'm sorry. I didn't know that you didn't like it. I'll be careful next time. I can't stand the smell of that dish. It makes me nauseous. Yuck. Sorry to hear that. Anyway, it's Marco's favorite food. So you should give it all to him. I'm sure he'll eat it. I already threw it in the trash can. I can't believe you just did that. What's wrong with that? That's enough. There are things you are allowed to do and things you are not allowed to do. I can't believe you don't know that. Huh? Are you angry?
Of course. If you think I won't get angry no matter what you do, you are mistaken. There are people who need food but aren't capable to get it. Besides, don't you feel sorry for the farmers and fishermen who work hard to provide the ingredients for the pie? You are so childish.
I'm surprised. I can't believe that suddenly you're lecturing me. You're just angry because I threw away the pie you spent so much time and effort to make, right? What a bunch of crap.
I was shocked that someone threw away a pie I made with love, that's for sure. But I'm more upset about the act of wasting food like what you did. That's too shallow.
Are you telling me that you won't forgive me? Are you gonna tell Marco too? That's horrible. I don't care about that at all.
I understand that you don't like me, Esther. I think it's inevitable. People have likes and dislikes. But I don't want you to be the kind of person who does something like this. So I hope you'll reflect on that a little and your behavior from now on.
You're the one who needs to be sorry for sending me pie because I'm sick of your long-windedness. Oh, for heaven's sake. I wonder what's the point of having this conversation with you.
Don't you feel guilty at all?
Why should I? I didn't do anything wrong.
Well, that's too bad. Let me think about you for a while.
What do you mean? I don't know what you're thinking about, but seriously? Don't do anything unnecessary, okay? The wedding is next month, and Marco's happiness is to get married to me. Don't you ever forget that.
Yes, I understand.
Give me a break, will you? How long are you in a daze? Why are you ignoring me? Hey!
Oh, I'm sorry. I was sleeping, so I didn't notice.
I heard that you fell sick and was hospitalized. We had to postpone the wedding because of you. Of course, Marco would be worried about that. You've got to be kidding me.
You should have just held the wedding as planned without worrying about me.
Marco insisted on inviting you and he wouldn't listen to me. That's seriously the worst. He's so stubborn.
Marco is such a sweet boy.
It's not a big deal anyway, right? Get out of the hospital as soon as possible. We don't have enough time to prepare for the wedding. Why don't you just go home and sleep instead?
I've been thinking about you lately.
What are you saying out of the blue? You're so creepy.
You're beautiful and you're a great girlfriend of Marco in front of everyone. But I'm not sure how long that will last. Someone's true personality is something that comes out unknowingly.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm worried that when you have children, they'll grow up with a scar in their hearts because of how you'll treat them. As for me, I'm a human and I have a heart.
I know that you are a human, so you don't have to tell me.
You're not even willing to listen to me seriously. It's very important to listen to what other people have to say.
What good does it do to listen to you seriously? You're annoying me.
I've been struggling with this for a long time. I've been wondering if it's okay to keep your true personality hidden from Marco. I'm afraid he will regret it if he gets married to you. That's why I've been thinking about this matter for quite a while.
Don't tell Marco about what I've done to you.
I've made up my mind. I'll tell him everything. As his mother, I can't keep quiet.
What are you talking about? You don't care if your son can't get married?
I'm not saying I won't let him marry anyone. If he accepts the real you, I'll accept you too. But if you're deceiving him, I thought I should tell him that. It's obvious, isn't it?
Seriously? Don't do anything unnecessary. Are you trying to ruin someone else's happiness?
I'm sorry. I'll leave everything to Marco's judgment.
Because of you, we broke up. Are you going to take responsibility for what you did?
I'm glad to hear that. I think you would be happier to be with someone who can accept you for who you are. In this case, unfortunately, Marco isn't the one.
No way! It must have been hard for you to live your life hiding everything about your true personality from Marco. I'm sure Marco will meet someone better than you in the future, and I'm happy for him. This is the best solution for everyone. It's not good for me! I wanted to be with Marco, even if I need to keep hiding my true personality. Don't measure people's happiness by your own values. Why do you want to be with him? Is it because his income is over $100,000 a year and you want to live a glamorous life every day, then show off to everyone around you about how wealthy you are? Huh? What are you talking about? Of course it's because I love Marco. I seriously don't get it. That's ridiculous. If you really love him, you wouldn't cheat on him, would you? What do you mean? Marco was aware that you were cheating behind his back. There was a time when you were acting strange, and he got curious, so he had a detective to check it out. Here's the picture. No kidding! Did Marco know about my affair? Oh no! I heard that he didn't mention about that to you because he thought you weren't serious with the guy you're having an affair with. Marco sure is such a nice guy, just as I expected. You've realized it now, haven't you? Marco isn't just a guy with a high income. He also has a good personality. There are many more wonderful things about him. I'm sorry, Anastasia. I will change my mind from now on, so please let me marry Marco. That's not up to me. Marco already decided to break up with you, right? Then I don't think it's possible to start over again with him. I don't think people's feelings can change that quickly. Why don't you persuade him? I need your help. If it was only about the affair, he said that he wouldn't have decided to break up with you. He said he doesn't want to spend the rest of his life with a woman who would bully his mother. I wasn't serious about that. I was only teasing you. With your help, maybe we could work something out? I'm sorry, but I can't help you because I honestly don't want him to marry you either. Oh no! And then Marco said that he's going to ask for alimony because you cheated on him while you two were still engaged. All you can do now as an adult is to take responsibility for what happened, Esther. I want you to start a new life from here. Huh? Alimony? Of course that's impossible. There's no way I can pay it. I don't know. It's not my decision to make. I'm sure you and Marco need to talk about the rest. Anyway, I won't contact you anymore. Wait! Just help me, please! I can't afford to pay for the alimony. Anastasia, please don't abandon me. I wish you and your boyfriend a happy life. My boyfriend has a wife, so he can't get married to me. You know that, don't you? Then I'll have to tell his wife about the affair too. Huh? Seriously, don't do anything unnecessary. I'm sorry. I'm a bit meddlesome because I was born in the era when dinosaurs still exist. And I have a strong sense of justice too. Seriously, stop that. I can't pay it if you charge me more. I hope you will have remorse about what you've done. Well then, goodbye. In this case, Marco has demanded $8,000 for the alimony from Esther. With the help of a detective, we also contacted the wife of the cheating partner. Esther had to pay a total of $18,000. She deserves that, right? I would like to support Marco since it seems that he was not a good judge of women. I think he learned a lot about life this time. Anyway, I've heard a lot about wife and mother-in-law problems, but I never thought that I got bullied by someone who was about to be my daughter-in-law. A year later, Marco introduced me to his new girlfriend. She is a very kind and pretty girl, so I think we will have a good relationship with each other this time. Daniel, you're acting weird. Why are you refusing it so much?
It's not like I'm refusing it. I'm just saying there's no meaning.
No meaning? Why?
Because, you can't go sightseeing here. You're just going to look into my room and see how messy it is, or look in my fridge and see what I'm eating, and check everything, right? You don't have time to do touristy things like eating local food or seeing the famous tower.
I'm sure that's how it's going to be. I'll just end up cleaning your room, doing laundry, and cooking. At best, I'll go shopping for dinner. I could at least stock the fridge.
See? You're going to waste money on transportation to come here to do that. I'm making a good living in my own way. Don't worry. I'm an adult too.
But if I go from Friday night, I can get all that stuff taken care of on Saturday. Then on Sunday, we can walk around the town and go home at night. I'd love to do something date-like once in a while.
You'd have a hard time if we had a busy weekend like that. It's not like you have nothing to do. I'm thinking about you.
Thanks for your concern, but it's not like I visit you every week, so it's not tough for me.
Yes, it is. Of course it's tough. If you go to work on Monday in that condition, I'm sure you'll make a mistake. And if you do, you'll cause trouble for everyone around you. I don't want you to make a mistake at work and get fired or have your salary lowered. I don't want you to have to go through that. It's for your own good.
You're even thinking about that? So, does that mean it's too hard for you to come over here?
No, that's a different story. I deserve to have a hard time, and I'm relieved to be home. I can relax, and I get to do nothing on the weekends. I get to restore my energy. It's advantageous for me. It's not the same as when you come over here.
Is that so? Something's weird.
There's nothing strange about it. It's natural. There's a big difference between going back to our sweet home and being at a place where I'm working alone. This is a temporary home.
But this home is a rent too.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not talking about renting or owning a house. It's our home, a place for both of us, a place to go home. But here is a temporary place, so I don't feel at home.
I feel like I understand, but not really. Is that okay?
Of course, it's fine.
Anyway, you prefer to come back home, then I go visit you even if it costs money.
That's what I mean. Besides, I heard from my colleague that if we work far from home and when we want to go back to our home, the transportation fee will be deductible as long as we file a tax return. So it's definitely a better deal, right?
I didn't know that. Well then, it's better for you to come back. I mean, if you had said that from the beginning, I would have been convinced right away. Why have you been telling me all those weird logic or reason?
I thought you knew too. It's not weird at all to me.
Well, I don't know, but I get it.
What's that? Which is it? I don't understand you.
I don't know what you're thinking, but I understand that it's not strange to you. I don't understand completely, but if you insist, I won't ask you anymore.
I'm glad you understand. This is definitely the best way.
I've told you many times that I'd visit you, but every time you always have some weird reason or logic and refuse me. I've been a little worried about it. I wondered why you were so reluctant. Isn't that kind of weird? I was actually a little worried that you might have a girlfriend there. If you have a reason for wanting to use your deductible for transportation, that makes sense. You should have told me earlier.
Wait a minute. You suspected me of cheating on you? That's stupid. There's no way I would do something like that.
Right. You were thinking about the family. I'm sorry I suspected you for even a second.
There's no need to apologize. If you understand, that's fine. Don't worry about that kind of thing anymore.
Yeah, I love you so much. I can't wait to see you. I'm looking forward to seeing you when you get back.
Me too. Well, good night.
Now one problem is solved, but another one came up. Before Daniel went off to work away from home, we were considering buying an apartment. But since he left, we haven't talked about it at all. I wanted to discuss what we should do, so I asked him about it, but it turned into a fight. Daniel, do you have any idea which place you want to live? I'm asking this because I wanted to get ready to buy an apartment. I wanted to decide on our place to live.
That's not something you should be asking me when I'm working away from home. Why do you always get so ahead of yourself? Why don't we look for a place together when I get back?
But then, I'll have to wait for another year? Until you finish your work there? I'm not even allowed to talk about it? You could at least tell me where you want to live.
I didn't say like that. This assignment was originally supposed to be for 3 years, but there's a chance to be extended, depending on how things go at work. I can't decide to buy an apartment when I don't know what's going to happen. I'm worried too, you know.
But even if we can't decide now, why don't we start thinking about it? At least, decide where we're going to live. Then, when you finish working there, we can make a move right away. I'm not talking about buying it right now. I just want to discuss about it. Is that a no too?
No, I don't know when I finish. You don't know what the real estate status will be at that time. There is a possibility that land price in the city you want to live in might go up drastically. That's a waste of money. If that's the case, it's better not to make such a decision in the first place. First of all, we have to think about whether it's better to rent or own a house.
Wait, what do you mean? Before you left, you said you wanted an apartment too, right? Did you change your mind? It's going to be our property.
It's not like I changed my mind. I mean, I'm put off by your enthusiasm for buying an apartment. I was thinking that we don't have to rush.
Why do you say that? Because if we are thinking of buying an apartment, we don't necessarily have to get it. At the very least, we need to gather information and save up some money. I think it's too late to start when you suddenly want it. We need a plan when we think about the finance, right?
You know what? You're always so forward with your life planning, and I'm always being pushed around. That's what I don't like. I don't feel good, you know.
What? I didn't mean it like that. Did I really push you around that much?
You're always like that. You've been pushing me around like you're doing right now. You're always taking things in the direction you want them to go. That's selfish, isn't it?
No, I'm not. I'm thinking about us. I always want to be happy together with you, Daniel.
You didn't come along with me to this town, and you're trying to go ahead with your plan to buy an apartment just because you want one. Isn't that awful? Maybe you make more money than me, and you might think it's a stupid plan to quit your job and follow me. Then why don't you give something else up for me?
How terrible. Is that how you thought?
I don't know how to say, but I feel like you don't respect me.
That's not true. But if you felt so, I must have done something wrong in the way I tell you or the way I talk to you. I'm sorry. You're not that enthusiastic about buying an apartment, right? I'm sorry for trying to force you to go through with it.
Before I get into it or not, you're too forward. That's what I don't like about. It's not just about the apartment.
You want to take over the conversation, right?
You think I'm mad because of a childish reason like that? You've got to be kidding me. You think I'm stupid, don't you?
No, I'm sorry. I don't understand why you're mad. Why is it?
I didn't say anything difficult, did I? I'm saying you shouldn't proceed on your own. When you decide on something or do something, you have to hear my opinion and feelings before taking action. Why do I have to tell you?
Understood. I'll do that from next time. After this message, he started to take over the conversation, and his male, chauvinistic comments began to stand out. I had a bad feeling about this because he had been so nice to me, but he suddenly changed. It was clearly someone else's effect, and if it had been a woman, I could see a trouble coming up. I was thinking about it all by myself, but it was a few months later that my bad premonition came true.
I'm sorry, I haven't been able to spend time with you. I'll be home early next Friday, so let's go eat out. The restaurant you mentioned the other day sounds good. Let's go there. Kate, what's wrong?
Nothing. You just sent to the wrong person. What's going on?
No, it's not what you think. Don't get it wrong. She's my colleague at work, Kate. We were planning to go out for dinner since it was a tough week. There's nothing personal. Will you understand?
But last time, you said that your colleague are all men. It's different from what you said. Besides, would you say, I can be home early when you ask a woman out to dinner?
You know, you only notice what I don't want you to notice. Stop using your annoying skills. I told you not to worry.
You were cheating on me. That's why you didn't want me there. So that's what was happening. Now it all makes sense.
Yeah, you're right. Bingo. I was cheating on you. I'm working my ass off too. Is there a problem? Unlike you, Kate is a super nice girl who stands up for me. She's not selfish. She puts me first in everything she does. She listens to me when I tell her how hard I'm working. Unlike you, she's not condescending. She cooks and takes care of the house.
When have I ever been condescending? I never say something like that. I mean, when did I say?
I can tell by your attitude. The attitude. I work too, but I'm doing all this housework-ish attitude. You should notice that.
That's not true. It's not right for you to say that. When I came home tired, I often didn't cook, did I? Remember when I said, sorry, I bought some food today? I never did something condescending, did I?
Really? Well, I felt so. You were giving me a bad vibe.
Maybe that girl Kate told you something about me. She kept telling you bad things about working wives and you believed her. You're so naive.
You've got to be kidding me. Kate is not that kind of woman. She works to support her sick parents and earn money for her brother's tuition. There aren't any girls like that nowadays.
Daniel, do you believe that?
Of course I do. Unlike you, she doesn't work just for herself. She's a good girl, isn't she?
I'm not just working for me. I'm working for both of us.
I don't know if I can believe that.
You can't believe me, but you can believe this girl? I think it's very suspicious. But I did my best to save up the down payment for our future apartment. You didn't put any money in our shared savings account, though. I never once urged you to save money either, did I?
I have put in at least $2,000 in savings. Are you making fun of me? That's enough. I can't talk to you. I hate your attitude, so it's only natural that I cheat on you. We're getting divorced. I'll take half of your property, $150,000. Understood?
Give me a break. The next week, I received a response regarding the divorce, so I turned it in. It all happened so suddenly. I didn't really feel the end, but being mentioned by my parents and friends, I could finally feel the sadness and loss. I moved out of my room and went to live near my work. One day, I received a message from Daniel.
Hey, answer the phone. Are you kidding me? What is that $2,000 you transferred?
We had a shared bank account for the apartment purchase, right? I returned the money you transferred into that account. You put $2,000, right?
$2,000 is not enough. I told you I'd get $150,000 for the half of the savings and property division, right? I know you had a fund of $300,000 to buy an apartment. Now that we're divorced, we have to split it 50-50 as property division. So transfer the $150,000 to me.
Aren't you misunderstanding? I don't have any money to give you.
You can't play dumb with me. The money you saved when we were married is ours. So even if you saved it yourself, you have to share it with me. You can't pocket the money.
Huh? You don't know anything?
What?
Well, $200,000 is the one I saved when I was single, and my parents gave me $20,000 4 times a year, so that makes $80,000. The remaining $20,000 is what I saved after we got married. So, the only joint property is the last $20,000.
And the other $280,000?
The property before marriage and the property that was given as a gift are called separate estate. They're not subject to property division.
That's a lie. That's not what I heard.
What are you talking about? It's money I worked so hard to save. Do you have any idea how much I studied investing? I don't know what Kate told you about me, but what I just said is not a lie. By the way, the remaining $20,000 is going to be used as child support. Do you understand? Your property is zero. Did you forget about the agreement?
Seriously? What am I supposed to do? I'm broke. She didn't have enough money to start a business, and she was limited on how much loan she can take out, so I borrowed $30,000 on her behalf. Even if her business doesn't succeed, I thought we still have $150,000 from you, so I thought I'd have no problem at all. But no. What should I do?
I don't know. Don't ask me. I can't help you.
Sarah, I'm sorry. My bad. I'll apologize as many times as I have to. I'll get down on my knees or whatever. So, can I pay the child support in installment? Please?
Huh? Do you mean you'll pay them in installments later? So you want about $5,000 for now as a division of property?
Yes. $5,000 or $3,000 is fine. I'm begging you. I'm having a harder time paying off the debt than I thought. Please, help me. Please have mercy since we were a family.
Huh? Don't be silly. Unlike me, she puts you first, right? Then shouldn't you tell about this to her first?
I'm sorry I was so horrible to you at the time. I'm sorry. I was tricked by her.
I'm sure you were.
When she withdrew the money from my account, she changed her attitude and became cold. Now I lost contact with her. I was an idiot. I'm sorry.
No matter how much you apologize, there's no way I can feel sorry for you. You deserve it. You said you couldn't trust me. Why should I do favors for someone who says things like that? I'm not that kind. You desired to take control and made the decision you wanted to make. You'll have to take the responsibility for your own actions until the end. Well then, bye. According to the story from his colleague, Daniel was too busy paying off his debts, so he gambled to get a lot of money. It was never going to work out, but as a result of further debts, I assume he had no choice. He quit his job and disappeared. He got what he deserved. On the other hand, I was dating a man who was introduced by my friend, and he proposed to me. We are having a fun time talking about marriage preparations and buying an apartment.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!